All right. Hey, Surge teachers. This is going to be a little informal. This is the first time I'm doing this, but I want to try this. So this might be a little bit longer than these normally will be, but I just want to start doing this. So I know each of our different services, whether it's the 5 o'clock, the 6:45, the 11, or the 9 o'clock. Don't know why I said it in that order. I know we all run them differently. Different things work and don't work with our different classrooms. And so it can be sometimes hard to go through some of the items in the curriculum. And I get that. We're doing the best we can with the time we have. And you guys do an incredible job. I just wanted to walk you through everything in here week to week. I'm going to start sending out these videos just so that you have access to these and like me walking through them. The amount of times that I've come into service and then tried to read through and figure out what's going to work day of. It's just hard to do on the fly. So I'm going to walk you through these so you have a little bit more to work with ahead of time. So let me just go through these real quick. So for this week, the first thing is just a quick game. You have a kid stand in the middle. You pick someone. So you have all the kids circle up. You have a kid stand in the middle. You pick a kid to be the leader. Then the kid in the middle closes their eyes. You pick your leader, and then they're going to have, when you start, you have whoever you picked as your leader blink twice at someone, and then that person, whoever they blink twice at, is going to say thank you. Or like just gonna say it out as soon as the leader has blinked at them twice, just like blinked at them. And then the person in the middle is trying to figure out who the leader is, and you can switch in and out over and over. Second thing we have in here is a game called Backward. The point is you're gonna have your kids line up in a single file line, back to back, or not back to back, just like facing in a direction. And then you're going to have the kid at the end have a piece of paper and something to write with. And then you're going to pick a word in your head and whisper the first letter to the kid at the end of the line. And then the kid in front of them, they're going to trace the letter. So say your word was angel or whatever. They would trace the letter A onto the back of the kid in front of them. So they trace that, and then that kid then traces that onto the back of the kid in front of them, and it makes its way all the way down. It's kind of like telephone. They're trying to make it all, you're trying to get that letter all the way to the end, and then the kid at the end of the line writes down that letter. And then you're going to do N, and then G, and then E, and then L, because you're trying to get the word angel. And so you're just trying to get it through. So it's just a quick thing to do. And then the next page is the See, Show, Share. If you haven't done this before, it's essentially just saying, like, hey, what did you guys see in the story? How can you show what you learned in the story in your life? And how can you share what you learned with those around you? It's a pretty basic thing. I've started, that doesn't always work. Sometimes it does. It works to do that, and it like gets the kids engaged and having good discussion about it. Something that I've started doing that has worked really well and is a really easy way to just share the gospel with the kids every week is essentially doing what the Jesus Storybook Bible does. It essentially takes any story, anything, gives throughout the Bible, and it says, okay, how do we see Jesus in this story? And so you can start doing that with your lessons, whatever the story is, even if it's just a verse. You can talk about the concept of it, and it's like, okay, kids, we're talking about David and Goliath. How do you see Jesus in this story? And it can be kind of difficult for the kids, but you can help them make that connection. Break down the story and say, well, someone came in and saved the people through like having this great strength, even though they were weak. And it's like saying, oh, Jesus did that. He came in and saved the people, and that's how he saved us, right? Because he came to earth. And you just like literally give the gospel every time, because you're just breaking down the gospel and how that is seen through every story and throughout the Bible. You can do that over and over. So I started doing that, and that I think helps to just it helps. It gives me more confidence because it expresses to me that the kids understand the main stories that matter and understand what Jesus did and why he came. So I've started doing that, and that's been helpful. But you can do the Seashore Share thing, or just asking them, how do we see Jesus in this story? And just open up that discussion. That's been really good. And you guys do a great job with doing other things as well. Then the next thing is this take a snapshot. It's just talking about, which one is this? Oh, yeah. So you're just giving every kid a piece of paper. You've got plenty of paper in your thing here for the week. You just give them a piece of paper and something to write with. You're going to have them write 10 things that they're thankful for. You can help them if they need help. Have them write 10 things they're thankful for. And then what you're going to do is you're going to count down 3, 2, 1, and everybody's going to say the first thing on their list. So everybody says, my parents, my family, and it's all at the same time. So it's this chaos of everyone saying the same thing. And then they're going to try to write down as many things as they heard other people say on their sheet. So it'll be like, oh, I heard family, I heard parents, I heard food, I heard shelter, whatever. They're going to try to write down as many things. And then you make your way through all 10 things. So you do this 10 times. And then you just fill up the list. And it has some discussion questions in there too. The next thing is going through the Bible story. And you have these cards. Again, you don't have to do all of these things. I know that it does not work for us to do all of these things. It is tough. I'm just trying to give you all of the resources so that you guys can use whatever is going to work best for you. So these cards, they have different things on them. What you're going to do is you're going to have a handful of kids help you read through Luke 17, 11 through 19, which is the story for this week. Have kids one at a time read through the verses. So you just recap the story real quick. And then you're going to divvy out these cards, and the kids are going to bring you their card. And like this one says, timer, 21 seconds, tell the Bible story without grinning or smiling. So you set a timer and they have 21 seconds to, without grinning or smiling, tell the Bible story again, or recap it. And there's different ones. Like this one says, let's see. Timer, 30 seconds, illustrate something from the Bible story by drawing shapes on a piece of paper. So it's just like different things like that. You give them a timer and they have 30 seconds to draw the thing. So it's just like another way to recap the story. You have plenty of these cards. They're not super mixed up, so you may want to mix them, but however you can get that done. And then number 3, you've got just different discussion questions. Feel free to use those as much as you want, and write your own discussion questions however you want to do that. This one is more discussion questions, but it gives you Psalm 150 verse 6. So read through that, have kids find that in their Bibles. And then it has a list of discussion questions to talk through with that based on that passage. And then the last one in here is if you've been doing the gratitude continuum, which has been in the curriculum every week for this month. It's just like you go over the memory verse, which is Psalm 136:1, and then you just talk about things you're thankful for. And like if you've developed a system for how you're doing that, whether it's sticky notes on a wall, I know a lot of the classrooms have been doing that, or the younger classrooms were. You can keep doing that. If not, don't worry about it. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything in here. Again, use what you need. And then I did add this on the last page. It's just a list of extra games. I'm going to make another short video explaining each of these. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, but not all of them are. So I'm going to like put the links to the different things in here. But I'm going to do that in a separate video because this video will be hopefully not this long every week. But I'm going to start doing this every week just to help and get this out ahead of time. And then these extra games, I think will stay the same. I'll probably continue to add more to this list. These are just games to run. These are not really super related to the story. These are just fun things to do when you need a little bit less chaos in your rooms and you want to do something productive. These are just fun games you can run. That way you don't have to play Sharks and Minnows 675 times. So these are other different games, and I'm going to keep adding things to these, and these should be fun. If you have games that have worked well for you, please let me know what those are, and I'll keep adding them, and we'll create like a whole document of different games to run. I think it'll work well to be, if you need to run these, and a way to get kids doing them is to let them pick. Maybe give them like 3 of them, or 3 options, and be like, hey, today we're gonna play Signs or Little Alchemy or The Spy or something, and whatever, and you have them and say, which one do you guys want to play? Everybody hold up a number, whatever. However you need to do, whatever you need to do, however you can make it work. So that's the goal. I'm going to make another short little video explaining how to do those. But just wanted to give you guys this resource. I know this video was long, but I think it's really going to help. I just wanted to get that out. So, all right, there you go, guys. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. See ya.